Hello guys, welcome to this channel, Programming with Vincent. So this is our first time video on YouTube, guys. With this channel we aim at introducing programming concepts to beginners, so today we're looking at this data structure called an array. So I'm sure you're wondering this term, a data structure. What is a data structure? A data structure is simply an effective way we store data for you. Like we need to be able to even retrieve this data much faster, because now we care mostly about efficiency of a computer program, how fast a computer can run, so that is dependent on many things: algorithm, data structure, but that's a story for another videos. So today we're looking at this data structure called an array. So what is an array? So I have this definition here from Wikipedia. They define an array as follows. In computer science, an array data structure, or simply an array, is a data structure consisting of a collection of elements, each identified by at least one array index or key. You get that? So let's simplify that. My definition of an array, but mind you guys, this is a Java text editor. So this is where you can use this text editor to write Java code. So what I'm doing there now with that line, I made a comment. I'm using Java comments. So an array is the collection of elements stored yes, it's a collection of elements with the same, not stored, but let's just say with the same data type. Okay, is the collection of elements with the same data type. Okay, so what is a data type? So basically a data type, it's you telling your computer that, hey, with this variable I want you to allocate this much of memory. I want you to reserve this much amount of memory. Yes. So but we will see that in a minute. So in Java, guys, as some of you may know, that in Java is an object-oriented programming language. What do I mean? That we visualize things, we visualize everything in terms of objects, and objects they have methods and attributes. Those are the key things that you need to know at this point, right? So we will observe that. So let's just by doing something, let's do something now. So I'm going to create a method public static void main string array aux. So guys, with this method, as you can see, the text editor is showing me this run symbol. This method is an execution method. Basically, whenever you want to test your Java program, you need to have this method in place. So now we're going to work with arrays, right? Remember guys, this video it's about arrays. So we are going to use because since it is the collection of elements with the same data type. So now data type, we have several types of data types. We have strings that deals with text. We have suppose we want to store a name of a person. You're going to use a string. We have chars for characters, that takes for A, B, C, D, K, whatever. Yes, those are characters. And then we have integers that stores integers, as it may say, but it's named int. And then we have double to store decimals, and float and double, they store decimals, but they are not the same. But that's a story for another day. Let's just use integers for now. Int, we're going to say int, right? So, and then we have to create that box, and then we're going to name this this array age. Suppose now we want to store ages. Yeah, let's just call it ages. So we're storing the ages of students in your class. Yeah, your students in your class. So the first student is 20 years old, the second student is 19 years old, the third student suppose is 25, the other student is 22, the other one is 21, the other one is 23. Okay, that's about 6 students. Yes, it's fine. So this is how we create an array, guys, in Java, right? So how do we access this array? I'm going to say system.out.println. So what is this line saying? This line says I want to display something on my console. I want to see something. I want output, basically. So system.out.println, that's the purpose of this line. So now I want suppose I want to access the age of student, the age of a student that is 25 years old. This 25. So as you can see, it's in between 19 and 22 of age, right? So remember from the definition of an array from Wikipedia, they said at last, by at least one array index or key. Each element is identified by at least one array index or a key. So array has an indexes. So we can access them like in any order. We can start this side and go this side, or we can start this side and go this side, or we can start in the middle, go that way, or anywhere. You can access any element, like, because they have indexes. So the first element in this array has index 0. This 20 years of age has index 0. Let me show you by that. I need to firstly call the variable ages, and then now I call the square brackets. I type 0 in between. So I have to run my code now. Run, and let's see if our output is going to be 20 or what. But I believe it has to be 20. If it's not, I don't know. But yeah, let's see. This thing is taking forever to run. Okay, Java still has to compile the code for us. Okay, it's done compiling. Now it's running. Okay, now, yeah, as you can see, guys, here's the 20 years of age. So we can do things like this: concatenate and say, this is how we use strings. We use quotation marks, and then we can type some text that we want. So we can say age, years, old. Yeah, like that. So let's run it and see. It's going to be, it must print 20 years old. That's what we're expecting. 20 years old. That's it. So now we said we want to access age 25. Remember, age 20 has an index 0. So it makes sense that age 19 has index 1. So it goes on and on and on. Age 25 has an index 2. Let's see by that. Let's run it. "25 years old." Okay, so now let's just comment out this this line. So suppose we want to have access to all of these ages at the same time. How can we do that? So we are going to introduce this technique called a for loop, guys. So a for loop, it's basically we are traversing to each one of them. Like we need to have some manipulation. It has some manipulations on it, like to increment. It declares a variable. This variable, it gets incremented on and on and on and on until it reaches the length of this array, right? So let me show you this thing in practical. So it's going to be for int I equal 0, because now this is the variable that we declare, which starts from index 0. So int I has to be less than ages dot length. So ages has a variable, it has an attribute, right? There's an attribute that that is named length, which tells you the length of the array, right? So now, as you can see, that this condition here, it's exclusive. It's not inclusive, because the length of this array, it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 elements, but now the array index starts at 0. So in here, we're going to increment this variable on and on and on and on and on. So now I want to display this, right? System.out.println. So I'm going to call this ages, and then now I pass I, because I is of int data type. It's of integer data type. So now I pass this I so that it will traverse that. But these things now, they're going to be printed like in line, like that. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. They are not gonna be printed in print line. So basically, each age has its own line. yeah, this is the output I'm talking about. So 20, 19, 25, 22, 21, 23, right? So now suppose I want to print them in one line, right? So I just have to remove this ln, which stands for a line. So now look at this. Let me run this. Okay, so that is been done. So but let's just concatenate. A plus, it means concatenation, it means now I am putting, like, yeah, I'm combining these things. It's a combination now. It's going to be one, you know. So it's in one line, right? So it's going to be like this. I have to create some space in it, or I can put a dash in order for you guys to see what's happening. So 20, it's gonna have a dash, 19 dash 25 dash 22 dash, you know, until. So as you can see that we end with a dash because this dash is at the end of that. So we can just remove this dash and just create some space. Yeah, so as you guys can see that this is how you can declare and initialize an array, right? So now there's another way to work with an array. Suppose you at first you don't know the ages of these people. Let's just comment out this code and start again, right? So now there's a new way of creating an array. Let's call it ages equals to new. Now new int. So now we need to specify how many elements do we want in our array. So basically, suppose we want 10 elements in it, or let's just say we want 6 because we had 6 elements before, right? We want 6 elements into this array. So does this array have elements? Not. I say this array, it's been initialized. So let's see actually what's in this array when we just declared it like that. Int I equals 0. We're still using the same technique. I less than ages dot length I plus plus, and then okay, this is how we can, if you're putting this curly braces, guys, it means you can put more than one line of code. But if you don't put these curly braces, it means you can just have only one line of code indented into this for loop, right? So let's remove this line, and then let's have ages I plus, and then we need to create some spaces, and then let's run this code and see what's in here. Okay, we don't want to debug. Let's see what is the output. Let's wait. Okay, so it turns out we have 0 0 0 0 0. It's already been initialized for us, you see. So now in order for you, now suppose we want to insert into this what's this? Yes, we want to insert into this array, right? So same procedure that we used, we used to access the elements in the array. So now it's going to be equals to I. So suppose, yeah, we want to place these indexes inside our array. And then now we're going to create another okay, let me show you another way of displaying elements in an array using Java. So we're just going to clear this int j, and then we call this ages, and then now we're going to have south print ln, but we just want them to be printed in one line, remember. So j is going to be incremented space. So we added these things. So remember that these indexes, they start at 0 and end where? 0. There is a length of 6. So basically it's length minus 1 of indexes. So basically we're going to, with our elements, our elements are going to start with 0 and end with 5. So let's see that. Let's run our code and see that. As you guys can see, this is what we predicted. So thank you for watching this video. So basically on our next video, guys, we are going to introduce an algorithm, right? A sorting algorithm called insertion sort. So cheers, see you on the next video. Take care, bye.